guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I am talking about mine and Heidi's 3-month postpartum update. Heidi turned 3 months old yesterday. I was going to film this video yesterday, but she had her second lot of jabs and I was so worried she was going to get as ill as she did last time, so I just wrote off anything I was planning to do in the afternoon and we just cuddled and played, and she was actually not bothered. If you saw one of my last daily vlogs, you would have seen that she was just so poorly and it was horrible, so I just didn't want that to happen again. But thankfully she was okay, so I thought I'll just film it today. She's just gone down for a nap. I'm sure she'll join us at the end of this video to say hello. I cannot believe that she's 3 months old. I know I've said it on every update, but this time has gone so quickly, especially when you compare it to the last 3 months of pregnancy that went so slowly. And now suddenly I have a 3-month-old, which it's so sad because they grow so quickly, and if you don't live in the moment all the time, it's just gone like that, and it's crazy. And my friend is about to give birth and I'm so excited for her, but I'm so jealous too because she gets all the newborn squishes. Yes, she'll have the sleepless nights, and thankfully I don't have those anymore, but it's still one of those things, isn't it? As soon as it goes you think, gosh, that went so quickly. But there's a lot to talk about today, and so I'm going to dive straight into it. So as I mentioned, we don't have any sleepless nights at all now. Heidi sleeps through every single night and has done since she was 5 weeks old, which is amazing. It makes me feel so much more human, and the sleepless nights feel like a bit of a distant memory, to be honest, which I know I'm so lucky in that respect. And I do put it down to a routine that we've initiated because it forces her awake, keeps her awake, and so she is tired at the end of the day. But it is one of those things, isn't it, that I know people that kids don't sleep through the night until they're 1 year old. So I feel you, and I know that I've probably just been very blessed with a sleeper, and also there's a 4-month sleep regression coming up soon, so that might change things, but at the moment I'm enjoying the sleep whilst I can get it. And yeah, she's amazing when she goes to sleep. She just sleeps through and she doesn't really fight it all that much at the moment too. So beforehand she was falling asleep downstairs and I would take her upstairs, put her in a Moses basket, and then just kind of let her sleep through. But I felt like I was creating a bit of a rod for my own back by doing that because she was getting used to sleeping downstairs, and if I took her upstairs and she woke up, she didn't want to be in her Moses basket. So I changed that around in the last month, and as soon as Rich leaves for work, I take her upstairs into the bedroom. I put her in her Moses basket and she's awake. I put her star projector on, which I forgot to mention in my newborn essentials, but that has definitely been an essential product for us. And I put that on, it fills the room and she kind of looks around it. I'll then come downstairs, just do a bit of a clean up, do a bit of a speed clean, put the dishwasher on and grab all of my breast pump stuff to take upstairs when I pump it in the middle of the night. And by the time I normally come upstairs, she's asleep. And that was really important for me because I really wanted her to get used to self-settling herself and not getting used to falling asleep in my arms, because it was fine at the beginning and I loved it at the first couple of weeks, especially when she first started sleeping through, but she was only 6 weeks old. She was still so tiny and the cuddles were just the best, and you have to just enjoy those moments. But I felt like she was beginning to get a bit too used to it, so that's what I decided to do, start getting her used to it. And I feel like as well, when she does eventually move into her own room, she'll have that association with the star projector and it will be comfort to her. So that's been working really well, and it's made going to sleep even easier because, again, like I said before, she'd wake up in the Moses basket and I'd have to try and re-get her back to sleep in my arms. But now she's just amazing, and I'm sure that I'll make up for it in another respect. She might be a really fussy eater, or she might just do lots of public tantrums, but at the moment, as long as she's sleeping, that's the main thing for me. She is also so smiley. Everyone compliments her on how much she smiles, and when we went to baby sensory this week, she was just smiling at everyone. When people were coming over to her and saying hello, she was smiling. If you tell her she's beautiful, she smiles, and her smile was just so cute. I mean, she started doing it from, I think it's 2 months onwards. We had these cute little smiles, but now it's every single day. We can do it by doing guaranteed little facial expressions, and they're so cute. I love it when she smiles. It just makes like being a parent so worth it, because you've seen them smile at you and you're just thinking, I'm the reason why you're smiling, and it's just so adorable. So yeah, lots and lots of smiles, and she's definitely her happiest of a morning. So either me or Rich will pick her up out of her Moses basket, put her in her changing mat, ready to change her bum and get ready for like our morning routine. And when she wakes up and realises that like she's awake, she's just smiling all the time. She's just so happy to be awake. And yeah, mornings are definitely the best, and they're so cute too. So absolutely love it. Another huge milestone that she hit within like leading up to her 3 months was that she started to roll over, and she does it quite often now. She doesn't do it all the time, but she rolled over for the first time, and I'll insert some clips of it too because it was just so cute. But yeah, she started rolling over, and I'm trying to do more tummy time, and she's rolling over like more and more now. It wasn't every single time, but now it's getting more often, and I feel like it'll get to a point where anytime she's on her front, she'll start flipping over. So she's only doing it front to back at the moment. She hasn't mastered the back to front, but that has meant that we've stopped changing her. We did it on like a table, but we stopped doing that now because we just thought if she's realising how to roll over, all it takes is one moment and she could fall off, and I just would never forgive myself. So we now change her on the floor all the time, which is fine. But yeah, she's a little mover, and I think she's probably going to move quite quickly because she gets so agitated just being in the same spot. If she's like having tummy time, she's really trying to like move and like push herself around and stuff. So it's really amazing to see her develop so quickly. But again, you just feel like only a couple of weeks ago was she just this small little tiny baby that would just lay there and fall asleep, whereas now she's like wriggling around, rolling over and kicking everything, and she's got such a personality. And again, it happens so quickly that you just think, oh my god, like it's crazy. She's also found her voice definitely in the last month. You just hear her just like going and like cooing and just making weird noises. And she's also like learned how to fake cry. We know when she's fake crying, and even like a couple of nights ago I was like saying to her, I know you're fake crying, and she started laughing, and so I was just like, she's like mastered that already. But yeah, she's definitely found her voice, which is so cute, and she'll just sit there like chatting to herself like rah, 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 and it's so funny. But again, you just think, before they were so quiet and chilled and they just cry. Like Heidi would only ever cry when she was hungry. She never really was like much of a crying newborn, which again we were very lucky about. But now that she's found her voice, if she's awake, you could probably hear her because she's just like It's just so cute, and I just can't deal with it. It's just like adorable. And another thing to mention as well is the fact that she was born with a lot of dark hair, and now she's got like a proper old man hairstyle going on, and like on top where her hair like fell out, it's now growing through a lot thicker, and it's a lot more fair actually, because she was born with like really dark like brunette hair, which I loved, but both Rich and I were like white blonde when we were like babies and toddlers, so I have a feeling that she's going to follow down that route too, which I'm not mad at. I think that that'll make for a really cute little girl. But it's just weird to see that her hair is going through this weird transition where it's falling out, but she's still got this like little mullet literally around there like an old man, still full of thick dark hair, but it is beginning to recede a little bit. It's so funny. She had started to develop quite bad cradle cap from about 2 months onwards, so I've been using coconut oil and cradle cap shampoo to treat it, and it's pretty much gone now, which is amazing. But I'm still putting coconut oil in her hair every day if I know I'm going to bath her that night, because I think that it will help, like it helps to prevent cradle cap anyway, which isn't a bad thing, but I think it also will make her hair really moisturised and really nice, and it'll be just a good habit to get into. And I love using it on my hair, so I think that it will do her hair wonders too. And I use like a natural organic one, and it works absolutely great, and that might be helping the hair growth too. So yeah, I think she's going to be blonde, which is exciting. I always imagined having like a little blonde girl, But yeah, it's just weird to think that already her appearance is changing so much, and even just looking through like old newborn photos, you just think, geez, like you don't realise how much they change until you start comparing everything, and it does go so quickly. I know I'm going to keep saying this on my updates, but it really does, and you blink and you miss it. It's weird. I also want to touch on the fact that I'm now wearing my hair up pretty much every day because she's in a grabby stage. She grabs my hair and pulls it, and it's painful. So my hair is constantly up all the time now because my hair is quite long anyway. I'm going to be getting it done soon too, which I'm so excited about. But yeah, I'm just going to be living with hair up all the time because I can't deal with her pulling it out. I've not suffered any like hair loss or anything, which is great. But yeah, she just pulls it all the time. She's definitely more grabby too. We've got her like a matchstick monkey, which is like a silicone type of material that is perfect for when they start like eating things or like putting everything in their mouth. She's grabbing that and holding it, and she's eating her hands a lot too. So I don't know whether that means that teething is going to be coming soon, or whether she's just worked out like hand-mouth coordination, but she does suck on her hands a lot. For comfort, again, she won't take a dummy still. She just wants her hand in her mouth if it's not a bottle. So I think that when she does start teething, I'm going to get her like a teething mitten so that she can like have all those different textures in her mouth. But for now, it's causing her no harm, so we're just letting her do it. I think that's it really to mention for her. We've also booked another term of baby sensory classes, so that's another 10 weeks worth. I wasn't going to do it because we're going to start to go swimming as well, but I thought that I don't want to not leave the house on those days, because leaving the house is so important for like your sanity and to like feel productive, and I just thought I'm gonna miss it if I don't do it. So I booked those again, which I'm really excited about, and I think that as she gets older she's gonna be more engaged with it all as well. So yeah, I'm really pleased that we've booked that. So on to how I've been feeling 3 months postpartum. So I'm going to start off with like the worst thing that's happened in the last month, and that is Auntie Flo decided to give a knock at the door. And the first period after having a baby is painful. Nobody told me how painful it was going to be. It was horrible. I had like really bad cramps, and I'm not someone that would usually struggle with period pains, but I did have really bad period pains, and it was just really uncomfortable. And I was going to leave the house one of the days. I had like plans to just like leave, and I've mentioned in my maternity leave hacks video, but I always try to make it a mission to like try and leave the house every day if I can, and I plan to, whereas I actually just woke up and felt like utter rubbish. So I didn't end up leaving the house. I just felt sorry for myself, looking after Heidi at home, and I was in so much pain, and luckily that only lasted a day. But actually that was like the first period that I had in like a year, because my last one last year started around the end of February, so it would have ended around like then anyway. So it was so painful. Honestly guys, be prepared because it was horrid. And like it's not even over yet either. I don't know whether it's a mix as well of going back onto the pill. I'm on a different pill now. I'm on Gedaral or something like that, which I'm not sure if I'm going to stick to the pill, if I'm honest. I just have felt a little bit more low in myself, and I don't know whether that is the only thing that's changed is the fact that I've gone back on the pill, but I don't really want to have a coil fitted either, and that's like the only like non-hormonal thing really. So I don't really know what I'm going to do there. I think I'm going to chat to my GP, because he only gave me 3 months worth of the pill so we could discuss how I felt, because I mentioned that the last pill that I was on did make me feel quite down. So we're going to discuss that, and I don't know whether I'm going to stick to it. And also, whilst having a baby, I'm rubbish at remembering to take it, which is the worst thing because I don't want any more babies yet. So yeah, I think that I'm going to have to come up with an alternative solution to that. But I just find that I sometimes suffer with the side effects of like contraception, and I don't want to go on one that like makes me fatter or it makes me feel down and things like that. I just wish that they'd get like the male pill out already, because I'm sick of taking contraception. Like you take contraception for years, and then you have a baby and your body goes through that, and then suddenly you're on contraception again, and it just messes up your body, I swear. So yeah, I'm just going to discuss that with a doctor and see what conclusion we come to, and I'll let you guys know as well if that changes. I have also decided, and please just like no judgment on this channel, because I always go down the route of fed is best, and I've always said that, and if you disagree then that's kind of with you. But I've decided that when I get to the 6 month mark, then I'm going to stop expressing, because one, it's getting so much harder. Because to think, if I was like just breastfeeding, it would be much easier. She would latch on and she would have the milk and then she'd stop. However, because she wouldn't latch on, I have to express, and by expressing it's an additional step. So I'm still having to like sterilise the bottles and go through that process of bottle feeding, but I'm having every 3 hours I'm having to sit there and express. And Rich works in the night, so he sleeps in the day. And for me, now that Heidi's getting a bit more like, she's more mobile now, like she's rolling over, she wants to be more entertained all the time. And so when she was a newborn, I could put her down and she'd fall asleep, or you could like play with her on the play mat just by like hitting the like mobile things like with your foot, and she was fine. Whereas now it's not enough, and I'm really struggling to find the time to actually sit down and express, because she just is not content just being sat down or lying down or being put in a rocker for as long as I pump for, and it's just getting so hard. And also at night, like I've mentioned, she sleeps through the night now perfectly well, which is amazing, but I'm still having to get up to pump, and so I've still not had an actual like full night's sleep since before she was here, because at about 5 to 6 o'clock every morning I'm getting up and I'm pumping, which doesn't sound so bad, and it's not so bad, and I'm happy to continue it, but on like a long-term basis I can't imagine doing this for like the next year. It's just too much, and I'm happy to admit that. It's just so hard, because if like I had someone else here with me, absolutely fine, I'd continue it until she stopped having milk. But because I'm on my own with it, it's just getting really difficult, and I'm happy to put my hands up and say that it's just too much. So she has had formula before, because when we were establishing like me pumping and stuff, the midwife did advise, give her some formula, and then that way you can get ahead with your feeds, so you're not like pumping on demand and it makes it stressful. So she's had the Cow and Gate formula before and took it really well. She never like acted any differently, so we're going to stick to that one, I think. And we've still got some from like back then, but yeah, there's just no way that I can keep doing it. I'm also really struggling in terms of like not getting as much sleep, because when you get up and you pump, you can't just fall asleep again like that. I've like literally lay there for about 45 minutes trying to get back to sleep, and then suddenly it's time to get up again. So kind of living constantly on like 5 to 6 hours sleep is it's just not good for like my health, and I'm unable to like nap in the day. And yeah, so that's what I've decided. Again, please don't judge me for it, because I'm having to do what is best for us. And again, there's no point trying to do it and then getting frustrated, because the baby's going to pick up on that. So I'm going to tie it in when we start weaning her, and then we're going to like change it up a little bit, and I think she'll be fine. Like I said, she's had it before. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to let you guys know, because that is what I'm going to be doing. And yeah, it'll be hard, because I like the fact that I'm providing milk for her, but it's just getting too much. Before I sign off, actually, I will show you how my belly is looking as well. I know you're all really interested in like belly shots and stuff. This is what I look like with clothes on, front and side. There is still a slight bump, but that's probably nothing too bad, and I just still wear baggy tops, and then I'm wearing leggings here. The stretch marks as well are going down quite nicely, and they're on this side there too, so yeah. And the C-section scar as well is like pretty much healed up. It's just like a slight scar, but I'm not too upset with how I'm looking. There is still that slight baggy skin there as well, but that's probably to be expected. But yeah, so that's it for my 3-month postpartum video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe down below for more content about me and my baby and how motherhood's going, lifestyle content, and a few beauty things thrown in too. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.